Hey guys, so today we are going to talk about analogy charts. So this is a great activity to use for your kindergarten, first grade students and just really have them recognize patterns. So this is an analogy chart right here. This actually comes from a really cool kit with like these letters and just a first grade writing journal, and it's just a really cool kit you can have, these magnetic letters. So, but it comes with this little sleeve, this plastic slip. Some people got Smart Pals, and it has different things in it, and one of them is an analogy chart. So you can easily make this on your own as well, but having this is really nice as well. So having them have it in a plastic slip is also really nice, so you can reuse it, and they can reuse it as many times. So all you need is the analogy chart, one of these slips, dry erase marker, and an eraser, and mine's just on the end. So you first want to identify some spelling errors, like see what are you working on, what is your instruction. So an example is silent E's. This is a great way to distinguish between silent E's and not silent E. So that is a great way to use analogy charts, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today, just the example, but you can use it with different spelling patterns as well. But if we are going to do the silent E, then we're gonna have 2 words written at the top with each pattern. So if we're gonna do this, an example would be on one of the top. So right here on the top, I'm going to write map. And also, if you were having your students do this, you'd just be like, okay, everybody, get out your analogy charts, or if they don't know what it is yet, you're introducing it, then, say, this is an analogy chart, just like introduce it, kind of like I did, but it's an analogy chart, and have them passed out, everyone get a marker, eraser, everything, and we are going to, and you can model this as well. Modeling is so important. So model this up on the board. You can have a document camera, be like, okay, we are going to write the word map in this top one, and we're going to write the other word tape. So they can just copy down what you have. That's not a big deal for this part. So tape. So it's going to be looking like this. So we have map at the top of this, just erase a little part of that. We're going to have map at the top of this column and tape at the top of this column. So just model this, show them, give them time to write it down. We have map and tape. So then you're going to ask, so what is the vowel sound in these letters? So we'll look at map first. So map. So it's ah. So we're going to underline the vowel and have them do that as well. Underline the vowel sounds in each. So we underline the A in map. So let's look at tape. What's the vowel sound in that? And we'll look at, it's A. And let's assume that they're not that familiar with silent E, but they're like, it might get them thinking, you're like, wait, that's an A and that's A. Why do they have different sounds? So you can either discuss that now or kind of discuss it later. I think it's good to discuss it a little when you're introducing it, but also just see how they do it first, especially if it's your first time doing it. But then we have tape, so we're going to underline the A. And you could be like, so do these 2 vowel sounds make the same sounds in these letters? Map, tape. They should hopefully say, no, it does not. So you can be like, so can anyone tell me why this one is a short vowel sound? It says, the A says ah. And in tape, it says A, the long version of A. And maybe someone will know, but if not, it's like, okay, so this is what we're working on today, the silent E. So you see this E at the end? When we sound out tape, we don't say t, ap, e. No, the E makes the A long. So a trick I've learned from being in a school is the mommy E. The mommy E tells the vowel to say its name and keeps its mouth closed. So it's A, tape. So you can kind of just like slightly introduce it. Obviously, they're not going to get off. They might get it right off the bat, but more than likely they're not. So having this is really going to help develop that. So you can just kind of briefly introduce it. Be like, okay, we're going to learn about the silent E's today. So then you're going to have students write new words. So you could say words like, okay, we are going to write, let's see, let me look, lap. And first they'll think about how to spell the word, of course, but they're going to put it under the column that matches the pattern we were working on. So does it have the short A or the long A with the silent E? So, and I would let them, it depends where your students are at. Of course, meet them where they are, and you know your students more than anyone. So do what they need, but I wouldn't obviously just give it to them right off the bat. Let them think, and maybe after you could be like, okay, give me a thumbs up if you got it. And once everyone is like, so what did you say? And then you could write it down. Or you could just let them do it all on your own, not even do anything, just leave that up there and see. So that could be more advanced, but you can differentiate this as much as you'd like. That's the really cool thing about this chart. But tap. So hopefully they'd write it on the map side. So then you could say, or I said lap. I'm sorry, lap. But you could also do tap. So then you could say like maybe something like shape. So big shape. And you might be thinking, my first grader probably can't spell this word. But also inventive spelling can kind of be something in here too that could allow them to really try to sound out the sounds and letters. But you could also kind of tell them how to spell it, because we're not really working on spelling right now. That's always a great thing, but we're mostly working on the pattern of this. So hopefully they hear the A say its name, shape, the long A sound, and they write it over here. And I would also encourage them to still underline the vowel sounds in each, because that can help them. So you just keep on going, and afterwards, so once you're done with all of it, and you could either fill it up or just do like 2 more. It depends where they're at, of course. But have them read them to you, either individually or as a group, because that can incorporate reading and writing into both of them. So that could be a great way for them to just really, truly recognize the different patterns. So this is how to use an analogy chart. I hope you can implement this into your classroom, because like I said, even if you don't have this, you could easily make a chart for sure, either on the internet, or you could have them draw it as well. That might take a little longer, but I hope you can use this, and I hope your students benefit from it. I hope you have a nice day. Bye.